What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Team Chat Podcast, a video game show. I am one of your hosts, Jerrett Wilson, joined to my right by Rachel Mogan.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. How are you in this finally wet? Like, I'm not complaining. We needed the rain.
We really
but,
did.
Oh my God, did it dump it on us?
It has. So I felt so stupid because the other day I went outside in the morning and I watered my plants, and then the sky watered them for me, and I was like, I want my 5 cents of water back. I wasted it.
I had watered the front yard Sunday night, so yeah, it didn't take any time, and I was like, well, that was kind of a waste.
I was like, how do I get a refund from the city on the water that I wasted on these plants?
So it's made for an interesting couple days because it has been so wet and rainy. Our backyard is a complete mud pit.
It's tragic
because
back there.
The two pups have torn it up quite well. Running around and getting the zoomies.
They got those sharp little claws.
Oh yeah, they are tearing it up out there. So they've been stuck inside, and now they have a lot of energy, and they're wanting to expel it. So you might hear Willie in the background talking a little bit, wanting to chat about video games.
Woofing and boofing.
Yep, all about those video games, the ones we love, the ones we hate, and everything in between.
Nice, good segue.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like that
Let's
one
just
too.
End it there.
End it there.
We're done.
It's been a day, everybody. Bye. Nah, never mind. We'll come back. We'll still talk about video games with everybody. And you can listen to us do that on podcast services around the World Wide Web, such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and others. You can also watch a video version of each episode over on our YouTube channel. You can also find us on social media at Threads, Facebook, and Instagram. And TikTok's over on there too, where I put out a new reel today about about the All-Our Space Marine 2.
And it was actually a really funny cut. I was like, oh yeah.
I know. I saw the episode when I was editing it back when you just kind of like glaze over and start reacting to all the memes. I wanted to also, and I should have after I posted it. I was like, God damn it. Why didn't I like superimpose the equations?
Oh, that would have been so funny,
but
Jerrett.
Anyway, it's, they can't all be winners.
They can't all be bangers.
Still though, been getting some people jumping into the comments and then talking about it and being like, oh, no. That's like, you just need to find one faction, love one faction, that you figure out the lore for that one, and then as you like start branching into other ones.
Well, okay, maybe we just need to pick factions.
But see, now the gods are kind of like blessing this order. The gaming gods are kind of blessing this order that we played it with Space Marine, because this month in May is
Space Marine Awareness Month.
Well, no, there's just another free Warhammer game on the PS Plus selection, like a bolt gun, I think it is. So if we want to get deeper into the Warhammer lore, there's a little place we can do that.
See, that's going to be a tough sell, because we also just learned via Jarrett posting on the Discord that the other free PS Plus game this month is Balatro.
Balatro, yeah.
And no offense to Space Marine 40K Warhammer, but I want to say Balatro perchance might be the more fun game.
I have played. I saw my buddy Michael play some Balatro, and I was like, "Oh, interesting. Not what I expected." And it's a fun twist on a roguelike. I like it. I did get it on the mobile version and played a little bit of it, and was like, "Oh, I see the appeal." And if you get stuck into this, it'll be good. And so now, though, I was waiting kind of for this to come along of a PS5 version, because then I can get those sweet trophies as I play. And if I'm playing along, getting those good combos, getting those good runs, and seeing those trophies ping, well, I'm a happy man. So, Balatro is going to be a good time. Where was I? Oh, so you can find us on all those social media places, and you can also go buy our merch over on tpublic.com/team-chat-podcast-store, something like that. But it's in the description below. You can check it out at your leisure. You can also see where you can support the show, such as, oh yeah, look at that. Yeah. This is a Gen 1 t-shirt, and it's fading.
Yeah.
It's fading. It's looking a little rough out there.
I try not to wear mine too much, honestly, because I want to keep it like in commission as long as I can.
I really should, because it is a good like collectible at this point. The Gen 1, but like this shirt is legitimately like it's the best one, and it's too cozy, and I can't take it off. But anyway, you can go check out merch where you can get yourself a cool shirt just like this, and some other cool goodies like hats. What other stuff do I think a tote bag.
Underwear.
We should.
No, I'm just kidding. There's no underwear.
Yeah, we should make underwear that says Flat Butt Gaming Society on the butt.
Where is our sponsorship with MeUndies?
Right? Man, we would be raking in the money. We talk about butts all day long.
We talk about it all the time.
But You can support us also over on patreon.com/teamchatpodcast, just like Allison H, Ark, Brandon W, Bro Mogan, Super Saiyan Ace, Erica L, Elise F, Fuchsia, James K, Michael B, Michael S, Snooty Boots, Susan M, and Zach S have done. You can also go over to Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you can support the show. And in return, we'll give you cool perks like getting the episodes early before their weekly general release and access to a private channel over on our Discord server, the Rogues Gallery. But if you can't support the show that way, that's totally fine. We completely understand. But you can still support the show by either subscribing wherever you're listening to or watching the show, telling your friends, writing us a review, commenting, just engaging with us. Helps get the good word of Team Chat Podcast out to the masses. And for that, we are eternally grateful to each and every one of our viewers, listeners, and patrons alike. Heart emoji.
Heart emoji. XOXO.
XOXO. But before we jump into our main topic of the day, let's get a little bit of news and what's coming out soon in our Moment with Mogan.
We got all kinds of games coming out this month.
Woohoo!
Still, the flow of time is relentless, whether we want it to be or not. But first, a correction. On last week's episode, I said that Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, was coming out on May 8th. That was not correct. It's coming out on May 22nd.
Okay.
And it is coming out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
Nice.
I think I kind of poked fun at the name when we read it off because it just sounds so silly, but then I went and looked the game up. Honestly, it looks like it's right up my alley.
Oh, really?
I think it's an indie game. It's a cute little fun indie detective game. I think I might pick it up.
Nice.
The first game in the series is called Duck Detective and the Secret Salami.
Come on, you're like, oh, really? That's the first one? Oh, come on. Just the fact that it's a detective game. You're all about the Nancy Drews.
Awesome.
You're all about the Paradise Killer?
Yep, Paradise Killer. You're right.
So,
yep.
You love those things.
Two very different games.
I know, but they're still detectives.
Yeah, they're still investigating, and that's all I really care about.
Quick aside, but related. Do you have any interest in Disco Elysium?
I actually have it.
Oh, you do?
So I have Disco Elysium, and I started playing it with another friend, kind of live.
Okay.
And we only made it about 45 minutes in, and then just never went back.
I just knew that was another big detective game story, and I didn't know if you tried it out.
The mistake was trying to play it co-op because we were trying to make it fun, do a little co-op thing, and I think that was just never going to work out. Really, I do need to circle back to it. And once #tariffs really kick into gear, I'm going to be happy that I have that game in the back pocket because, as I understand it, it has a lot of replay value because of the different decisions that you can make along the way, and also it's kind of a long-ish game in the first place. I think it's at least 40-ish hours is what I remember hearing from most people. So I'm not in a hurry to circle back to it, but I do plan on it someday when I can't afford other new games.
I was just kind of it feels like that could be, but I'd also heard stuff about it being very in-depth and very a detailed game.
Yes.
So I didn't know if that was going to be too in the weeds of a adventure.
No, I think it'll be really good when I do eventually get to it. Nice. But first, on May 8th for PC only, we have Creature Keeper, followed by Revenge of the Savage Planet for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on the 8th as well, along with Spirit of the North 2. I don't actually remember if we talked about this one much when I mentioned it last week, but Spirit of the North is a really cute, fun game.
Is that the one with
the fox?
Oh, no. Oh. Wait. Is it a fox or is it a polar bear?
I think it's maybe Spirit of the North 1 was a polar bear. Spirit of the North 2 is a fox.
Let me see if this is the game that I'm thinking of.
Anyways, you keep going with that. I'm excited to see Spirit of the North get a sequel. So that's out for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Along with The Midnight Walk for PS5, PlayStation VR 2, and PC. The Midnight Walk is one of these Not at all. You're thinking of the wrong game
entirely.
The Midnight Walk looks like one of these sort of handcrafted aesthetic games, but done horror.
Ooh,
so if that sounds like it's up your alley, maybe check out The Midnight Walk. Again, that's PS5, PlayStation VR 2, and PC. Yes, Your Grace, Snowfall for PC on May 8th as well. And then on the 9th, we have Little Kitty Big City getting a port to PlayStation 5 and PS4. So if you weren't able to pick that up yet, you can now on May 9th for PS5 and PS4. Labyrinth of the Demon King. God, if this isn't just dating David Bowie from the Labyrinth the movie, I'm not interested. For PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 13th. Also on the 13th, we have Palia. I want to say this is one of those. Yes, I think Palia is one of those life sim games.
Oh, weren't people talking about Ark and Fuchsia and Nines and all them talking about that in the Discord?
Yeah, actually, didn't we make a channel for it?
We did. I may have muted it for me.
neither of us were playing the game
Yeah,
at
no.
the time. So
I think it now merged into like a just general like resource land management
Yes,
channel stuff now. But
it
yeah,
has
at the
indeed.
time when it was all about Balia,
But
that's
so
funny.
so that just goes to show. I think it was maybe an early access at
Yeah,
the
that
time. I
sounds
want
right.
to say. So it sounds like this might be the full launch, or maybe just the current gen launch, because it's coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S on the 13th. Void sales. I wonder if it has anything to do with the board game Voidfall. Probably not, but Void Sales is out for PC on May 14th. American Arcadia is coming out on the 15th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. But who's got time for American Arcadia when Doom the Dark Ages comes out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on May 15th?
I'm excited.
I feel really bad then for Marvel Contest of Champions coming out on PC
What?
on the same day, because no one's going to play that when
No.
Doom's out. We also have Preserve. I feel like I said that weird. We have Preserve on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on the 15th. And then getting us into next week, we have Capcom Fighting Collection 2 on the 16th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And that gets
Very
us
nice.
more or less through. Looking further down the month, I don't have much to say about this yet because this actually is kind of taking me by surprise, but Sea of Stars is apparently getting like what looks like an expansion called Throes of the Watchmaker, and that's coming out for all major platforms. Unclear on whether or not that is paid DLC or if it's going to be like a big free update for the game. I was actually thinking about this the other day, back when we did Biggest Gaming Disappointments. I should have put Sea of Stars on
I was
that
just
list.
about to ask you. I knew you played it. I couldn't remember if you finished it
I
or
was
not.
so I remember giving it kind of a lukewarm first impressions at the time. Never did finish it because I found it ultimately quite lackluster.
Oh, okay.
So I'm interested to see if Watchmaker, people have said that they've done stuff to not necessarily fix the game, but to make the game more interesting. I wonder if Throes of the Watchmaker is sort of that addition. So I'm not going to put too much stock into it yet.
Yeah.
But if Sea of Stars gets some improvements, awesome. Great.
Cool.
Yeah, good for them.
There's exciting news, and kind of honestly, I think we talked about this last week, so this is fun to be able to follow
Yes.
up and talk about this again this week. Clair Obscur just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It is now past 2 million copies sold out only after 12 days on sale.
Not even 2 full weeks, and it
Not
sold
even
2
2 full
million
weeks.
copies.
that's-
That's honestly pretty mind blowing.
It is, especially like how we talked about last week, how it really seemed that people at large weren't talking about it that much, or at least
Yeah.
in our ecosphere.
Yeah, I think actually it probably did get quite a bit more pre-release positive energy than we were really exposed to. But like in our orbit, we were kind of the only people that were sort of looking at this game on the periphery. So to find that it has found such incredible success and such like not even just sales, but it is like quite well liked. People that are playing it seem to really be liking it. So I've tried to really not look too much into the gameplay because it's absolutely on my list to play.
Yeah.
But I went into the store the other day, tried to buy it, couldn't get it, sold out.
Well, that's what I was saying too. Somebody posted this over. Our friend Brandon posted this on the news over on our Discord, and I was just like, okay, fine. I think I'm gonna have to play it because now it's the FOMO, the fear of missing out on it, is like
The peer
too great.
pressure.
and even though I've said turn-based fighting games like this are not typically my bag, but the parrying, the dodging, and all of that makes the combat a little bit more of that, like in real time and engaging and stuff like that. Like not gonna lie, like when I've done like the demos and everything of Octopath or I guess it is probably just Octopath.
It's just not your style.
It's just not my style. Like it's fun, but like just manipulating the menus and going through that for combat is not as fun for me.
I love a good menu.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
can
know.
spend all day in a good menu.
And not ragging on it for people who love it. But so that's just what I just mean. Like this normally, when it first came up, I was like, oh, okay, probably not for me. But as I've seen more, and as I saw my buddy again, Michael, playing it the other day, I think I might have talked about that last week. I can't remember. But, just seeing it in action, hearing the music, seeing how damn pretty it is, I was kind of like, nah, I can't miss this one. I gotta play it. But I even went to Amazon to look to see if they had it. Sold out.
Oh my God, we got to wait for the...
It's like, and this is one that I'm kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to go digital on it. Like this one feels like a physical.
Yeah, this one feels like a keeper.
Because of like how much of a moment it is.
And in case you weren't aware, Clair Obscur is not an air quotes full price game. It's not the current standard of $70, and it's also not $80 or $90 like people are projecting is probably going to happen pretty soon.
Is it
so
50?
I think it's 50.
Okay.
I think it's $49.99 in the US. So yeah, I can't wait to pick this one up as soon as GameStop restocks it.
Right?
Because I have a store card.
Ooh, nice.
Not like a credit card, but I have like credit on a store card.
Right,
so it will be air quotes.
You got money to spend.
In my mind, it will be free, even though
yeah.
technically it's not.
That's the best way to buy something.
So got to pick it up soon. I'm really excited to play it just as soon as we both finish South of Midnight, which again, coming very soon. We're almost done.
I had hoped to be able to get it knocked out and everything
I'm
this
dragging
weekend.
us down.
No,
Sorry.
I did not get a chance to this weekend really at all. It was Star Wars Day. I had things to do.
Oh right, Jerrett was celebrating the holiday.
Yeah, I had a lot of celebrating to do that day. But I am getting close to the end of South of Midnight. I did take out another chapter today, so I think I maybe only have 3 left.
There are 12 chapters?
I believe 15.
Oh, scheisse.
I didn't want to tell you before when we were talking about it because
Yeah.
I didn't know if that would like be a spoiler or not. But
No,
I think
I'm
there's
pretty sure I knew in advance that it was
okay.
about 12 to 15 chapters.
Okay,
I
cool.
actually, in my mind, I was like, I think it's 9 to 12 chapters. So
I was thinking at first
there's 15.
I thought it was going to be around a 10 just from the pacing of the beginning of the game and stuff like that. But yes, we will be having that. Hopefully, I would in the next couple weeks. But yeah, I mean, I think it's safe to say we can just it's a pretty good time already. So we'll let you know just how good of a good time it is in a later episode. But today is going to be kind of a shoot the shit episode.
A good old fashioned shoot the shit episode.
Because we are in the middle. We're trying
in the
to finish
middle
up
of other
that one.
stuff.
But, in the midst of all that, we have had some time to explore some other things. I know you went back and revisited Octopath 1.
Yes, I am in the later stages now of Octopus Graveler 1, also known as Octopath Traveler, which is funny because I don't know if you recall, I technically never really, for real, finished the first Octopath game. I started my first playthrough with Tressa, the merchant. What a fun character. Still love her to this day. She's fantastic.
Is this the one that I played? Because I was the Huntress.
You were Honnet.
Honnet, that's
the
right.
The Huntress,
and
that's
then
right.
Oswald is in 2.
Yes, Oswald is in the second
my
game,
favorite
which
dumb scientist.
I have so many more thoughts now that I've gone back to play the first game.
But
I'll just do like a solo team chit chat to rant and rave about all of my different thoughts and findings between the two games, because now that I'm playing Octopath 1 again with sort of more experienced eyes, I'm like, oh, okay, I have more opinions that I need to share with the people.
Well, we'll just do a re-review at some point.
But the point being that when I played the first game, I finished Tressa's story. So that is all 4. Each of the 8 characters has 4 main chapters. So I finished Tressa's 4th chapter, I finished Ophelia's, and I finished Therion's. I'm realizing now that oh my god, that was really not even most.
Oh, really?
No, it is most of the game. So I will say that I had already done quite a bit in my first playthrough, which I immediately accidentally saved over. So whoops, that
no.
playthrough's not available anymore.
Oh, no.
Now I was planning to restart anyways, and actually I started with Honnet. Because I thought that, based on all of the fun that I had with Ochette in Octopath 2, but again, she wasn't my main, I was like, you know what? The Hunter class is actually really fun. I feel like it would be interesting to have this person in your party at all times to really, double down on the catching and the using of the creatures.
Sure.
So it's been really fun. I have, however, made it just in general farther with all of the characters. So even though I haven't gotten to the stage yet where I'm finishing chapter 4s, for a lot of characters, I'm getting to their 3rd and 4th chapters for the first time.
Oh, wow.
I really don't think I ever actually finished Primrose's chapter 3. She's the character that is the fallen last of her noble line, and her father was murdered when she was a child, and she, wound up basically working in sex slavery for a long time because she's just trying to figure out how to get revenge for her father.
Okay.
And she got a tip that's the guy that murdered her father might be in this one town, so she hunkered down in that town and basically became they call it a dancer. We all kind of get the gist.
We know.
We know what's
can
going
between
on
the
there. And
lines,
also,
everybody.
Octopath is not like subtle about it. It's very on the nose. But yeah, so I have gotten to the point where she has now killed 2 of the people that murdered her father. And then there was there was a shocking betrayal. So a lot of
you hate to see it.
You hate to see it. A lot of shit's going down. But so I've gotten quite a bit further with Primrose. Cyrus as well, the scholar, like the dopey scholar that is really, really smart, but he's really bad at picking up on social cues because he's like very handsome in game, and all of the women are basically throwing themselves at him, and he's like, you're just a fan of learning, are you?
He's Dr. Drew Baird from 30
really
Rock.
is. He's really funny. So Cyrus is hilarious. I've gotten a lot further with him, and really with all the characters. So I'm honestly deeply considering doing a final review once I do eventually beat Octopath for real, because real ones know once you beat all of the chapter 4s, there is still the actual super final boss.
Yeah.
So it's not just over when you beat all the main character stories. There's stuff after that too.
And then there's all the replayability.
And then there's all the replayability. Exactly. So
I don't remember from your original review, but like when you do start or like find another companion and then have the option to start their stories.
Correct.
Is the first mission there the same as if you had picked them as your starting character?
It is, yes. Okay. Nothing changes. So basically, the order in which you acquire or choose to start with characters makes no difference. The stories are the same no matter what. Octopath Traveler 2 basically does everything that the first game did, but more and better. So I will say that I still think Octopath Traveler 1 holds up really well, but really looking back at the differences between the two Octo 2 Path did so many both quality of life updates that I now realize were so needed, and they actually made quite a lot of narrative updates. Like just really doubling down on the narrative, creating more interactions between your party members that really added a lot to the game. And I'll say it, I think Octopath Traveler 2's soundtrack is better. I think it's flat out, and it really is, because Octopath 1's soundtrack is incredible.
I remember listening to quite a bit of it.
It's amazing, and it's the same composer.
Yeah.
I just think that
stepped up his game.
Yeah, just 2 Octo 2 Path. He clearly had time to think about what he'd done. He had time to think about his mistakes
and improve upon
his game.
A new masterpiece.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's incredible. It's a really fun game. I posted this in the Discord. If you missed 1 Octo 1 Path or 2 Octo 2 Path, and you were maybe thinking someday you'd go back to them, word on the street is, now this is not confirmed, this comes from like Singapore GameStop listings, but it's everybody seems to think that they're about to re-release a physical copy duo of Octopath Traveler 1 and Octopath Traveler 2 together for the first time. So
now, how long has it been now since Octopath 1 came out? Like 5 years at least, right?
I want to say the first game came out in 2018.
Okay.
I think it was either 18 or 19.
Okay,
so it's been a while. And obviously the second game, I mean, honestly, it feels like longer than that. It feels like a lifetime ago that 1 Octo 1 Path came out. But never a bad time to go back to it. Obviously, because of the HD 2D graphics of it all, the games have a certain timeless quality that I truly believe will never get old.
Oh, for sure.
1 Octo 1 Path, still a good game. Not as good as 2 Octo 2 Path, but still incredible. Still worth the money.
Nice. Very cool. I've been playing a couple things. Well, obviously South of Midnight. But before South of Midnight, I forgot actually already that I started this because I got distracted again by South of Midnight. Because a couple weeks ago when I was doing that big project that was, eating up my life and consuming my time, I still wanted something to like either do.
A mindless turn-off
game. Well, I had two games that I was going back and forth between during that time. One, Mortal Kombat, when I needed to get the aggression of the day out.
Classic Mortal Kombat 1.
Which I did actually hit the highest rank I have ever so far in the ranked. I'm up to level 5 Master. So I think that's only like halfway in the ladder, but still, it's better than what I've ever done before.
Jarrett, we should play Mortal Kombat on a stream sometime so that you can absolutely destroy me at a fighting game.
See, but I still feel like
I don't think it will matter.
No, I think it will
because
it's so much more experience.
It's a totally different system. I've never been in the Mortal Kombat realm. You have so much more knowledge. Than me.
But like I still feel like you're just normal. Your gamer sense of fighting games and stuff will transfer over.
It's just
and I'll
called
be
keeping.
Embarrassed.
It's called keeping the digits limber.
But no, I'm down. I love it. Like, I wish other people would get into it because so we could play it because it's been pretty fun.
Jared, what if the secret is just that I slather my hands in Bengay beforehand, so I just have like superior button mashing grip ability?
Tell me your secrets because I could use them.
It's just Tiger Balm.
Your hands are on fire the whole time. You're like, oh God, it's too hot. But yeah, so I've been playing some Mortal Kombat. I was doing ranked with Baraka still, my main. Running, and Frost, I think, is my cameo backup fighter that you can have, who assists you throughout.
I'm going to guess that Frost's gimmick is the power of cold.
Yeah, along with Sub-Zero and a few other people who like to use the ice.
Frost Mortal Kombat. I don't know who. I know who Sub-Zero is, but like all of these newer people, I don't know who any of these fuckers are.
And I mean, I'm not super familiar with it either.
Frost is Lady Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
I see.
So, but I've been using that team up for ranked, but I've also been trying to learn a new character from the recent combat pack of DLC characters that came out, Conan the Barbarian.
Ooh, hang on, good old Conan.
It literally is just Schwarzenegger Conan.
That's awesome.
It is.
That's hilarious.
Like, I love it. Apparently, like, I've seen on the subreddit and stuff like that.
Hell yes.
Yeah, I've seen on the subreddit and everything that he's not, like, the best fighter in the game, and people are kind of like, he's trash. But I don't give a shit. He's huge.
Look at this glorious bastard.
He's huge. He got a massive sword.
Also, really powerful choice to keep him in his historic Conan outfit, which does mostly just involve a furry jockstrap, which... 10 out of 10.
It's great. And then it's also fun when you're fighting and everything to just hear, as he gets punched and all this, you hear Arnold go, yeah. It's like,
that rules. That's awesome.
Because it is, I believe it's Schwarzenegger and stuff like that. So it's been a really good time. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 1's fun. And I know there have been rumors circling that there will be another combat pack, even though an extra DLC.
I thought they announced they weren't going to do that.
Yeah, even though that I haven't seen an official like confirmation, but there's been rumors that there might be some more Mortal Kombat stuff coming. So
I certainly hope so, since obviously you're still playing it. Other people are still online. You don't seem to have trouble finding.
Oh no, there's still tons of matches, easy to find stuff. Every once in a while in playing ranked, I will like match up immediately against the person I just fought. But I mean, that happens in Tekken sometimes too.
Yeah.
But like there's tons of stuff you can do on the side. There's still all the classic towers that Mortal Kombat has, that you can go through, and those give various rewards. There's the invasions mode that is like kind of a more like tabletop thing where you like move through, fight a quick fighter, get some extra like power ups and stuff that you can use.
Soul Calibur had a mode like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
I think it was Soul Calibur 2 and/or 3 had a mode like that.
Oh, neat.
It was so fun. I loved it.
So this has that too.
Someone was phone calling me.
Who does that?
My God!
Who calls? Who calls
one. The Blue Cross, the blood people. they want my delicious blood.
They want you every time. But so let's see. Oh, but other than Mortal Kombat, this is the other thing that I forgot. That other than Mortal Kombat, when I was like, okay, I got my aggression out. I'm ready to chill and just kind of zone out and relax. I restarted Red Dead Redemption 2.
That is not what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I still go to Civ, and I've been playing some Civ in this time too. But I was just like, I don't know. It'd been coming up a lot on my socials, just seeing videos of it, and I kept being like, yeah, that game was really good, and it still looked really good. And so even in those videos, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to check this out again, kind of mess around with it. Same thing. I didn't go back to my old save because I've found that I have all these games that I have these saves that I could go back to for a new game plus, or even just to mess around with, like Horizon Forbidden West, to go do the DLC and stuff like that.
I've been getting the cravings to go back to
You should, because now you have a PS5.
Now I have a PS5.
Oh my God, you should.
I know, God.
Yeah.
But I was actually thinking, should I just play the first Horizon game?
Yes.
Which I totally missed out on.
Yes, you absolutely should.
I'm pretty sure that the first game is included with the PS Plus level that I have.
I think it is. You should play it. It's fun.
I probably should. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that. It's
yeah.
awesome. But Varl will be there.
Yeah.
God.
But you get to meet Rost.
Oh, yeah, her teacher. Okay.
Yeah. And
anyways, back to what you were talking about.
But anyway, going back, and I was a couple times I've even gone back to that and been like, oh, I'm going to play through the DLC now. And it just is hard to jump back into it even though it's the end of the story, but still what feels mid-story. So
You've forgotten all the muscle memory. You don't remember how to do stuff.
Exactly. So I don't want to spend like half the time I'm playing kind of remembering like, oh, how do I use these power-ups? How do I do this thing?
How do I craft again?
I'd rather spend the 60, 70 hours playing the game again, honestly. But, so I kind of having that hankering with Red Dead 2 and installed it and stuff. And holy shit, that game still is great. I haven't advanced super far into the story because, again, just running around doing Red Dead things and just exploring and stuff like that. Because that game, it looked great on the PS4. It looks amazing on the PS5.
Does it?
So
I forget that Red Dead was a PS4 game.
Also a 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, It's been out for a minute.
Woof.
And I played it at launch, and after launch, within the year, I think of it coming out is when I got it and played it and everything. So it's been a while. And there's been a lot of stuff already, like early story beats. And I was already like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. This is cool. I remember liking this mission and getting to replay it and everything. Plus, I kind of feel like I'm having a better handle on it and just like a better grip of it than I did in general the first time I played. Like I remember the tutorial the first time I played being very long, but then also very confusing because of how much stuff it throws at you. But this time I was like, oh, I mean, yes, it's, I'm sure there was some recall happening, but I was also like, oh, this is not near as complicated as I remember this starting off to be. So it's been fun to get back into that. And it just also has reminded just how well made that game is. One of the things we forgot to talk about in the news is that Grand Theft Auto 6 got delayed until I think March of next year.
Which we were talking before the show.
Not unexpected.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
These massive games like this, they always get delayed. And usually it's for the best in the end. I mean, that is always
that's always the hope.
Well, it's always the hope, whether or not it winds up that way. But Jerrett was saying that it's now slated to come out in March of 2026. And I immediately said, look, it's going to get delayed once and then it's going to get delayed again.
Probably will.
So they're going to say Q1 2026, but it's going to be Q3 2026. So everybody strap in for one more delay.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong there. But, Red Dead 2 was also delayed. But it's just the thing of how good, a lot of the games we play, I'm not meaning to talk down on other things.
Not to cast aspersions.
Other people's abilities. But, you play a lot of games, and a lot of games are great. And you have, every bit of it clicks, and, it's all gelling, and you're like, man, this is good. But then there are still those other games that you play that you're kind of like, everything comes together, but to a different level. And that's kind of like how Red Dead feels. The acting is so good. Everybody's voice acting is so good in it. The just environments, the weather effects, lighting effects, especially on the PS5, getting to see that, not PC level of ray tracing, but it's still pretty good.
Also, my eyes aren't that good. I can't tell the difference anyways.
And just all about it, I was like, man, this game really was something special. I've already kind of fallen off again because I'm playing South of Midnight, and that came out, but I didn't want to start South of Midnight until I had that project wrapped up.
The thing about South of Midnight, at least for me, is I am really enjoying it, but the story has some pretty heavy beats to it.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's a heavy game.
I'm finding that it's not the kind of game that I can sit down and play a real... I have to take a beat and kind of think about it after I'm done with a few of the chapters.
A couple chapters at a time. That's usually what I'm doing. With it too. Which, is partially why it's taking a little bit of time.
Catfish.
But, oh my God, it's so
Big
good.
Catfish is great.
I just want to talk about it now, but I can't.
Also, Big Catfish would make such a cool tattoo.
Right?
Just something to consider,
I did take
Jerrett.
a good screenshot of it.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Why not you?
Because
Get your first one.
This alabaster canvas can never be marred.
I don't know. You can make a pretty good sleeve.
I feel like
out of
I
the
would
colors
get
of catfish.
but I would probably get micro catfish on one of the pads of my fingers, and
I've long been wanting a little one, right there.
Just a little catfish.
Not a catfish, but
just
just a little tattoo.
How about a snail? Snails are cute.
I don't like snails enough to get a tattoo of a snail.
Lame. Ooh, how about what's the creature in Horizon that I really like? That's the little silly one. The burrowers.
Oh, that are like otters or gophers?
Yes.
Yeah. I think burrowers.
Yeah, you should get a burrower. They're so cute.
A Horizon tattoo would be a cool one, but again,
or you could get a thunderwing.
Oh, yeah, the big eagle
is
on my back
sick.
spread.
Oh my God.
So if I can just take a shirtless wingspan picture.
What did they call the big awesome bat? Do you remember? Like it was so little in Horizon 2. Like you encountered the big metal bat like when you got to the west.
I feel like that must have been like
it was
an
late
area
game.
where I didn't explore it super often.
It was super late game. I remember encountering one like in the facility that you find in San Francisco, where like you're going through. Oh, it was in the same area that you find Ted Faro.
Oh,
but like,
I don't remember that.
But like outdoors in the courtyard. And there's just this one section where you kind of get penned in and you have to fight the big metal bat. And I can't remember the name of it right now.
Man, I can't either. I don't remember that. I remember fighting the big bat in Jedi Fallen Order, but I don't remember one in Horizon.
Big scare. I don't remember what they called it, like maybe a night fang or a night, something badass sounding, you know.
Night bat.
Yeah, night. That's my superhero name. They call me the Night Bat.
What do you do? Well, I come out at
Well,
night.
don't I have a surprise for you?
And I look like a bat. No relation to Batman.
I eat mosquitoes.
Big friend of us here
Big
down
friend
the ATX.
to the Texas folk. Oh boy.
But yeah, so that was kind of fun jumping back into Red Dead and just kind of experiencing that. I'll get back to it again eventually, but now, like, yeah, I'm in South of Midnight. Doom's coming out soon, so I'll probably fall off it again. But like the seed was planted,
yes,
of the replay, so I'll get back to it at some point.
And I feel like we were talking about this in the Discord. I mean, even with Claire Obscure coming out, my backlog of enormous JRPGs, I really sat down and thought about it. Persona 5, which I never beat. What's it called? Both of the Final Fantasy VII remakes. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Both of those are still on the list. Ghost of Tsushima, which I never even touched.
Oh, it's so
and
good.
Like those four.
I think Ghost of Yotei is in
And then Ghost of
October.
Yotei is this year. So those 4 games alone represent hundreds of hours of gameplay combined.
Yeah.
So it's like, when will I have the
When
time?
do we have the time to do all this
I
stuff?
say that, but I've already put 50 hours in Octopath 1.
Hell yeah.
Again. and my original file, I think, was a little over 100 hours because I was really taking my time with it. Like, I was not going fast. And also, I died a lot.
It happens.
I'm better now because I understand the game better, but
Right.
at the time, I was bad. Oh, boy. Anyways, you don't have to. The point we're both accidentally making here is you don't have to play new games.
We're really just setting the stage for what the next
games.
like 5-ish years or whatever of Team Chat content's gonna be. We're talking about games from 2008, we're loving it.
And we're not sorry. Get ready for a lot of our ongoing series late to the game because there's going to be a lot of that.
But we still make time, though, for some new stuff.
Yes.
You know, we'll put the playing stuff midnight and whatnot. But I also made time for, well, it's new, but it's also old. It's revisiting an old game because it was May the 4th this last weekend, Star Wars Day. Happy day to all who celebrate. And I, of course, take the occasion to either A, watch some Star Wars content, play some Star Wars content, usually a mix of both.
Build some Star Wars
content, Lego, whatnot. And this year's selection, because they just released it, I decided to go back to Fortnite and play the new Battle Pass / season. I'm not sure if it's officially like a whole season, but at least new Battle Pass that is complete Star Wars content.
The most recent news about Fortnite that I had heard was that Sabrina Carpenter's in it.
She is also in it. You can also buy a Sabrina Carpenter skin, yes.
Okay, so 2 very different things happening in Fortnite.
And honestly, I don't even remember. I think the last time I put any amount of time into Fortnite was around 2022-ish.
So years
when
ago.
Book of Boba Fett came out because I wanted to buy the Boba Fett skin.
Of course.
That they released in conjunction with. Obviously, had to do it.
Obviously.
And so it's a completely different game.
Explain to me, when you say Star Wars only content, is this like a whole new mode?
It's not a new mode. Like, the wonderful thing, and like it is wonderful. Like, Fortnite, I know, is like can be a joke at times, and like people make fun of it for how like crazy it is and all the different like crossovers and collaborations and whatnot, that it has different modes. But honestly, like, if you want just like a sandbox game to do literally anything, like, that's what Fortnite can do. Because now it has the Battle Royale mode, which is so different from even what I played when, because I didn't play like Fortnite at the beginning, but I was early seasons of it.
I was not.
It is just so different now. The amount of like vehicles that are in it, the amount of abilities. It's fun to see what abilities and guns and stuff like that are still there from the original days and everything. But so basically with the Star Wars mode is it's now all guns. If you're playing the base like Battle Royale mode, all guns that you pick up are going to be like Star Wars themed.
Oh, they're all blasters.
Yeah, they're like blasters. Like a pistol is like Han Solo's pistol. A normal assault rifle is a E11 Stormtrooper blaster.
Yeah, the one we all know and
all
love.
Those names.
You know the one.
And so that in and of itself is very cool because then it's all the sound effects, and I'm still running around in my Boba Fett skin because it's awesome. And, you have the gliders and everything like that when you're landing, and mine is Boba Fett's starship. It's completely obnoxious because it's so big it blocks the literal like top middle section of your screen when you're trying to land, but it's so cool to have this ship. But then it does also have, so not only are like weapons, the map is renamed, like there are areas, there's now like the Resistance base, there's like Vader's Samurai Castle and stuff like that, the First Order base, and then there are Republic like little areas that you can check, Imperial camp places where stormtroopers, clone troopers, whatever will be walking around. And it's just fun, again, because it's Star Wars content and I love it, to just get to,
Jarrett's so easy to
I am
please.
easy to please. Like really, that's all you have to do, sweet treats and Star Wars stuff. And I just, fold like a little puppy. But
It's his version of Scooby Snacks.
it really is. But,
Oh, boy.
But yeah, so it's just fun to mess around in it. And it's really cool because it has like different rebel alignment quests you can follow to kind of like personally increase the overall like community score for that alignment.
Oh, it's like a competition. Like Splatfest.
Yeah, kinda like
That's
that.
fun. I like that.
So there's stuff like that. There are missions that you can find, things to retrieve throughout the world. So that honestly, that's all I'm doing. Like I'm not trying to win the Battle Royale, although I did have a match where I came in third. And I can't build for shit. So that was all me just skillfully playing.
Real gamers will know that you win Fortnite by not building.
Well, I mean, I do. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I love that there's still the no build mode that you can play in Fortnite,
nice.
but it's not the Star Wars themed one. So if I want
Gotcha.
that touch, I got to play in the OG one. And really, so I'm just running around solo doing these missions, and it's just fun. It's again like brain off gaming. I'm just running around having a good time. It also is cool because there's another one of the new features that Fortnite has is there's like a like community theater island kind of thing where but not like plays, but you can go, so like right now you can go to this special area and watch the new Disney Plus series Tales of the Underworld. That's a new Star Wars show that came out on May 4th.
What
and
is
you can
Tales of the Underworld?
It's like 6 episode
How have we
animated
not
one.
talked about
I haven't
this?
watched it yet. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Oh my God, what is this?
I was playing too much Fortnite. But it's like 6 episodes about Cad Bane, who's like he's the blue bounty hunter with like the big cowboy hat and uses like 2 pistols.
Oh, yes, gotcha.
Him and Asajj Ventress, who's like the
Ventress. I'm a Clone Wars fan.
hell yeah. So it's like 3 episodes each, both about 3 episodes about both.
Oh my
of them.
God, they gave Ventress hair.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I know. Big change.
I can't believe they've done this.
Look how they've massacred my
Look
boy.
at how they've massacred my girl. Ventress rules.
But yeah, so and it's cool because the battle pass like has I actually had some way somehow enough of the V-Bucks Fortnite money stored up
V-Bucks. Oh
to
my
be able to buy
God.
the pass for free. So like that was just a happy accident.
Nice.
So they have a like light side Fortnite Jedi skin that's like of a Fortnite character Evie, I believe. And so it's like Jedi Evie, then there's Sith Evie of her like also in Sith dark, dark, everything like that. There's
Which is
gonna be
probably the cooler
It is
outfit. If
cooler.
we're being honest,
It is.
I
Because,
think
like,
we
the-
can
the-
all admit that the Sith have better fashion sense than
do.
the Jedi. Let's
They
just
really
be
do.
real about that.
I'm glad you agree
Yep.
with me on this. Yeah, because like the axe that you can get for either is like these vibro axes, like the electrical axes that they use in Star Wars. And like the light side one has blue electricity on it. The dark side one has red. It
It's
just looks
probably
so much
way
cooler.
more badass.
Exactly.
Come on.
But there will, I think, the like ultimate skin that you can unlock is Emperor Palpatine. So that's really cool. And he has like a Force Lightning emote and
My
stuff like that.
favorite guy.
And accessories that match him, like his cane is his axe and all that stuff.
Awesome.
But then there's also like one of the skins that's very fun is another like Fortnite themed one that it's like a Wookiee mascot skin basically, and it looks very silly. But I think later there's going to be Darth Jar Jar skin.
Oh my God.
General Grievous perchance stuff too.
hell
So like
yes.
there's a lot of Star Wars content coming out with this too. So it's been very fun to jump into it. So that was the only thing I knew I wanted to talk about today. Like I messaged Mogan and said, hey, why don't we just like talk about random stuff? Because I could weirdly talk about Fortnite because I've been playing Fortnite again. Like it's 2015.
As it turns out, we do actually play a lot of games. They're just in a very scattered sort of approach, and they don't all happen at convenient times.
No, and they don't make sense a lot
Don't
how
make
they all
sense.
line up together, but
Which
they do.
is the normal gamer experience,
Exactly.
let's just point out.
How often is it? Do you just stick to one game the whole time you're playing it? No,
Almost never.
Almost never. Every once in a while there are those standouts.
Bro Mogan has been playing through Metaphor Refantatio,
Oh, yeah, I've been
which
hearing a
he
lot of good about
just
that.
posted that he has finally finished, and he said it's a fantastic game, and I'm not going to lie, he did sell me on it. Now, I said in the Discord that it's not going to take precedence over Clair Obscur,
Sure.
but I have put a pin in Metaphor. But all of this to say, while he's been playing through Metaphor, which is a huge game, and I've been playing through Octopath, I have seen him log on many times to Nintendo Switch and play Slay the Spire.
Oh man, that's his civ, isn't it?
That's his civ. That's his Roman Empire.
Nice.
Truly.
He just can't get it out of his
put
brain.
it down.
No.
Which is to say, we all have games that we just have to keep going back to all the time. Sometimes it's Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
Sometimes it's Octopus Graveler. Sometimes it's other stuff.
I just feel like each iteration of your made up name for that game kind of gets like slightly dirtier every time. But anyway, yeah, it's a great time. We play some random stuff. And of course, we would love to hear what you are currently spending your time playing as well, be it Metaphor Refantasio, maybe some fighters
You're
in
not
there.
saying it right. Refantatio.
Refantasio.
Which I don't think is how the game pronounces
Yeah, I
it,
don't
but
think
they're
so.
wrong.
We're putting a slightly Italian spin on it. Maybe that's
So
not
here's
there.
the fun thing. I'm actually wrong no matter what, because the Refantatio, that CO, would really only happen if there were two Z's in a row. And there aren't. But I'm...
Pizza. I see.
I choose to make my own path in life. So I'll say what I want.
Oh, nice. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah,
catching up.
that's what we're
about
doing
what
in
we've
gaming.
been talking. We've been talking about that. We also have, we might, little sneak peek about something else we're thinking about talking about. Mogan introduced me to Bird Game.
Formerly known as Wingspan.
Board game.
Board game.
And hot damn, is it fun?
Board game, bird game.
You'll probably hear some content about that as well coming up too. So anyway, whatever you've been playing lately, let us know. We love talking about video games. We love hearing about what everybody's playing. So send us an email at teamchatpodcast@gmail.com. Join us on our Discord server. Talk about it with us there, or, leave a comment wherever you're listening to or watching the show. Again, we would love to hear from you. But until next time, everybody, that wraps up this episode of Team Chat Podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us this week, and we will see you on the next episode.
Adios.
Bye.